Assalamualaikum madam. My name is Nurafika Dana Badizarisham from DBT 1A and my matrix number is 23 DBT 21F 2015. Today I will be doing virtual lab test for ions. The first test is aqueous sodium hydroxide reagent. Which ion does aqueous sodium hydroxide test for? And the answer is all cations, nitrate and ion. Next, how should you add aqueous sodium hydroxide? And the next question is, add aqueous sodium hydroxide until a change is seen. 2 drops of aqueous sodium hydroxide was added to solution P. State the observation by filling in the blank. Next, the excess aqueous sodium hydroxide was added to solution P. State the observation by filling in the blanks. Observe the video carefully. A green precipitate formed was insoluble in excess aqueous sodium hydroxide. And the last question for test 1 is, given that green precipitate insoluble in excess aqueous sodium hydroxide was formed, deduce the cation present in P. Next is test 2, aqueous silver nitrate reagent. After aqueous silver nitrate was added, there was no observable change. Hence, deduce which ions could not be present in solution P. And the last test is aqueous barium nitrate reagent. The question is, to another portion of P, at an equal volume of aqueous barium nitrate, leave the mixture to stand for a few minutes. Why must the mixture be left standing for a few minutes? Next question is, after adding aqueous barium nitrate and leaving the mixture to stand for 5 minutes, what precipitate formed sank to the bottom? Given also that there was no observable change when aqueous silver nitrate was added in test 2, deduce the anion present in solution P. And that's all for the first video, virtual lab. Next, it is a home experiment video. Next is part 3, hands-on practical easy at home demonstration. A sample of high purity water is contaminated with sulfate ion. So I'm gonna conduct the qualitative analysis test on the water to confirm my suspicions. The items that I'm going to need is water, reagent, and a OH, sodium hydroxide, and a test tube, also a dropper, shrink as a dropper. So first, after I've cleaned and rinsed a test tube with high purity water, I'm gonna add 2 ml of water into the test tube. Next, I'm gonna add 5 drops of sodium hydroxide solution into the test tube. And then I'm gonna wait for a while to observe the result. After a few minutes, a white precipitate was formed. This means it is a sulfate. As we prefer in the table chart, an ion for sulfate ion has a formation of white precipitate. So it is right that sulfate ions has contaminated high purity water. And that's all from me today. Thank you.